take you into the intro, and then I shall be back.
Home in the valley, home in the city, home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. Time is the essence, time is the season, time ain't no reason, got no time to show. Time everlasting, time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side, time will never know. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that were brown. But I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you.
Alrighty. And that's a done deal. Yes. So there's some. When isn't shit kicking off? Yet another frivolous lawsuit. Huh. Jesus. I have it. I have the court docs. I know Queen had went over it. I didn't get a chance to redact them. But I have them. I'm not really worried about redacted Tony's name. Everybody knows his name. It's been a day. But then I don't know how many of you are familiar with Without a Crystal Ball and her Robert Shin 7M lawsuit that's been going on for several years. This man is everything she reported on him, which she didn't create the reports. That information had been out on the internet for like 20 freaking years. But anyway, it's all coming to fruition. I mean, it's all every time you turn around, he's being raided or being sued again. So we'll listen to a little bit of the newest raid on his cult. Hey, B Tim. It's pretty wild. I'm sure Katie is thrilled that yet again another thing with Robert Shin, because she's been battling this fool in civil court for years, spent tons and tons of money, when what she reported had already been out there on the interwebs. I mean, it's insane. It's just these frivolous fucking lawsuits are just nuts. And then you got Tony filing some frivolous shit. And I've always thought this from the beginning when Brittany started this shit with this law, wanting money for a lawyer and not saying why. I think that was a group effort and that she was to go after Granny as well, or try to. But that's just my opinion. They expected her to be able to raise more money than she did, faster than she is. Yikes. That didn't happen, did it? Hey, Eric, good to see you. Hey, Gotcha. Hey, Amy. Hey, Teresa S. GM Lovely. Crazy Grandma Cooter. I love that name. Hey, Lucia. At the train station. Oh, thrills and chills. I would like to do that, though. I would like to do that. I've always wanted to live in New York. So, my whole life. Always. Hey, Ever Love Me. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Toe Beans. Okay. That's it. The littles are in trouble. Sorry, everyone, but littles, 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 littles. Hey, Jack. Hey. Oh, I'm here. I just the kids no sitter today, so I'm a broke ass YouTuber. I can't afford it. Hey, YouTubiest, I can't afford that all the time. Hey, Liza. Hey, 57 and free. Yeah, I just this shit filing against Granny. This is so ridiculous. It is just so. And don't tell me it's not all tied together. It's all about the frickin' shit in Pennsylvania. Come on now. I mean, there's other people that have put out a lot of info and said far worse about old Tony Mathis. Yeah, this is nothing. Hey, Purple Haze, good to see you. This is nothing but a ploy to deflect and to try to. I don't know what they think it's going to help them with in Pennsylvania, but I think it's going to backfire on them, honestly. Oh, Tony filed a lawsuit against her, civil suit. Hey, Tiana. Um, if you guys want to go over the documents, I have them. It's not a whole bunch, but we can go over it, or we can move on to another story. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Jay. It is. It is. Hey, Elizabeth, it is really ridiculous. Exactly. Exactly, Elizabeth. The fact that the date was prior to the anti-slap judgments is seriously make it a case of revenge. Oh, 1000%. 1000%. Hey, Mystic. Oh, he is. And he's no stranger to court cases. We all know that. Also, that's what Nick is known for. It's what Nick does, file frivolous lawsuits to tie people up in court. Tony's had his share of lawsuits as well, usually against him, but you know. Hey, KT. Yeah, the jurisdiction. I can't see him getting away with that either. Yeah, I can't see him getting away with the jurisdiction crap. It's clearly as a result of the verdict in Pennsylvania, because this was actually prepared prior to the ruling in Pennsylvania, according to the dates. Oh yeah, Betty's up there. Oh, you can bet Betty's up to her eyeballs in this with these people. You can bet on that. You can bet on that. And their dumbasses are probably taking her legal advice. Fools. 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 You get what you wish for. You reap what you sow. Guys, I'm pulling my hair out of my head. I gotta pull off school. I gotta get both the littles ready for school and my daughter's birthday. And the dog pet bill. Oh my god, there's just so much. There's a couple other things. Hey, T-Pex. But she was so sweet. On the way home from the beach the other day, she said that she wanted to use, instead of her getting presents, she wanted to get boogie boards for, well, she said all of us, but for her and her brother, because, mom and dad don't necessarily, well, don't necessarily need one, though dad would probably use it with them. We used to have them, and, after years, they get messed up, and you pitch them. So they're not expensive, just those styrofoam boogie boards. I'm going to get them one. I worry about the OK for reaching internet defamation law. They have some crazy jurisdiction grab laws. Yeah. Well, and a lot of places aren't even up on anything like this. So that makes it even harder. And, these frivolous lawsuits, there's got to be something that can be done to stop this kind of crap. There has got to be. Betty opened herself up for a defamation suit. Texana can go after Betty. She outright called her a pedo, accused her of bribing people to lie and say they seen Sebastian with money and food. And I played both those videos. In fact, that live I put members only because I didn't have a great audience because everybody else was live. But anyway, I figured I'd let the members have it because they deserve it. But I played both of those videos, and there's nothing in those videos that Betty could conjure that shit up from. Nothing. Hey, Wishful, good to see you. I don't know. It's just over. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, this is nothing more than manipulation and bullying to Granny because of what's happened in PA. And yeah, if they could not pursue getting the money they deserve. Maybe they think they can bully her into, oh geez, everything's getting ready to die. I didn't charge anything. Maybe they figure they can get away with bullying her into something with the frivolous lawsuit behind them. Why did it open twice? Huh? I have no idea. Okay, I want that one to close then. Okay. And I want that one to close. And I want that one to close. Okay. I didn't want all those windows open. So, this is page 1. And I didn't download them. They in my Gmail. Okay. I didn't redact names. Everybody knows Tony's name. Everybody is well aware of Granny's name. I just will not say them out loud. Well, I don't mind saying Tony's. Oh. But I don't like saying Granny's, even though everybody knows that she uses her name Jess on here at times with people. I feel bad for Granny because they're doing this on purpose. This is totally being done on purpose. And when has Tony's wife been around? I haven't. Hey, Krama. I haven't heard of her. She's not mentioned. Even back when I was covering him and his TikTok girls. Trust me, the last thing that old man was worrying about was his wife. Okay? He was more worried about his little TikTok girls and financially helping them. And specifically one, which, yeah, kiss it. Just crazy. It's just really crazy. Yes, and I have a problem with, and I'm hoping I'm not wrong, but everything I looked up, and I see my attorney on Friday for something different. It's, nothing to do with YouTube or anything criminal or anything like that. It's, we're trying to get the adoption straight, but I'm gonna ask because my neighbor's also a civil litigator. I'm gonna ask him and her. He always answers the questions for me. He never minds. Hey, sis, she should have been a detective. Yeah, JLR put out that stuff too. It says that Tony Mathis and his wife has nothing to do with it, number one. And the defendant is Granny's watching. Why won't you go down? Oh, come on now. All right, now you're going up to it. Okay, this is parties, jurisdiction, and venue. Uh-oh. Hey, get back here. Plaintiffs are residents of Delaware County, state of Oklahoma. The defendant is a resident of Pennsylvania. Defendant with actual malice uttered, authored, edited, published, marketed, and or distributed legally actionable content or statements that defame the plaintiffs and place plaintiffs in a false and defamatory light and tortuously interfered with plaintiffs' business relationships and contracts in the state of Oklahoma. Bullshit. Granny never once said anything about your job. She never once said anything about your wife. You got TikTokers going after your ass from over your shit over on TikTok. You can't lay that on YouTubers. Besides that, look at who you climbed in bed with and look at what you did, Tony. You had people on TikTok looking up YouTube creators' backgrounds so you could use it as dirt on them. I have the video still. I reviewed it. You've done that shit, Tony. You plain out lied. Because if you'd have told your lawyer all the stuff you're responsible for, he'd have told you to pack it in. Yeah, JLR did. In the beginning, JLR put out the stuff about Tony. He did. As a result, plaintiffs sustained damages within the territorial boundaries of Delaware County, Oklahoma, beginning March 27th of 2025, continuing to the date in which this petition is filed, and continuing permanently into the future. Jurisdiction and venue are proper in the District Court for Delaware County, State of Oklahoma. No, it's not. Allegations. Plaintiffs incorporate their foregoing paragraphs as they fully set forth herein. This lawsuit arises out of original and continued false and incorrect publications made by defendant beginning on March 27th of 2025. Plaintiff Tony Mathis is a private citizen earning a living as a territory sales manager for a company selling cranes and heavy equipment. Back it up. That's not entirely true. I have you on video coming out of your own mouth where you are a national spokesman for families of missing children. Yes, Tony. That's not going to fly. His sales territory includes Oklahoma and has been the top producing salesman for the company every year since joining the company. Yeah, prove that. Exactly, Elizabeth. I would think so too. Hey, Shelby, good to see you. Hey, Scouts, baby. Yeah, it won't stick. Yeah, no. And they don't care that it don't. They just want it to cause deflection, manipulation, and intimidate her about the Pennsylvania, which it's even out of her hands. Mr. Mathis's job duties include speaking engagements and lecturing at sales workshops for his employer's many sales representatives. Through his work, Mr. Mathis earned a reputation for being a gifted public speaker. Yeah, okay. When the child of Mr. Mathis's co-workers went missing, the child's family enlisted Mr. Mathis' communication skills as a spokesperson for the family. No, you went and bugged them. You went and did that, and they drop-kicked you. Mr. Mathis assisted the family by communicating with search teams, media, and advocacy groups. No, you were a fucking idiot. You had no idea what you were doing. You were way out of your league. That can be proven. This was a voluntary role for Mr. Mathis, and he never intended to do similar work in the future. That's a lie. However, on February 25th of 2024, a different child went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, which had nothing to do with him. I mean, he's told so many lies just in the first parts. Member for 1 month. Oh, thank you, Karma Chronicles. Thank you for being a misfit. Hey, Summer Girl. Good to see you. Hey, Yono. So, you guys, I'm not doing Brittany right this minute, so I don't have her to tell you all about the YouTube things. Usually I just use her because she says it enough. And let's face it, she's better at it than I am. She's better at the grift. Do the thumbs up, the sub up, the share. And hey, we have channel memberships via Misfit. We also have a goal. That's the extent of it. I can't go on for an hour like she does. But okay. Hey, Rhonda. Okay. Several internet sleuths and social media personalities took interest in the case, including the defendant. Well, hot damn. Hey, Shauna. The child's father, Seth Rogers, was subject to a barrage of digital interference and cyberbullying when news about the missing child went national. Okay, that's not true either. Did he make any truthful statements? Hey, Miss Brittany. Of the online personalities attacking Seth Rogers? Granny never attacked him that I seen. Defendant, Granny's watching, was particularly cruel. No, she wasn't. But okay. Hoping to dampen the bullying. Ooh. And refocus national attention upon finding his missing child, Mr. Rogers asked Mr. Mathis for help after learning about his prior advocacy. Oh, that's so not how it went. God, you are sick. You really lied to this lawyer. This lawyer just really flipped this up. Because that's a bunch of bullshit there, too. Despite the emotional and financial sacrifice he knew it would entail, Mr. Mathis began volunteering as Seth Rogers' spokesman and advocate in May of 2024. Huh. Okay. Weird. But okay. What you say? This, soon thereafter, defendant focused her sights upon Mr. Mathis and began an online smear campaign that continues to this day. You're so full of shit. She's not the one that exposed your life. She's not the one that exposed all your court situations. She's not the one that exposed you with the little thing incident. So I'm confused. Oh, thank you, Karma. Thank you for the $1.99. I got one of my goals. Thank you. Excuse me. This is some bullshit. This is some serious bullshit. So far, I haven't come across any truth. Okay. Defendant owns and operates a YouTube channel called Granny's Watching, which has almost 17,000 subscribers. Defendant exploits the YouTube platform to terrorize people like the plaintiffs and to spread false, salacious, and explicit content. Yeah, that's not true. Defendants publish this false, salacious, and defamatory content in part to generate traffic to her social media channels and online payment apps, including but not limited to YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Granny doesn't do any of that. Facebook, not that I'm aware of, where you pay her, and TikTok, not that I'm aware of. Pinterest, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Standard procedure for YouTubers. In 2000 or 2001, Mr. Mathis and his infant son were traveling in their vehicle when they were struck by an uninsured driver outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Mr. Mathis was transported from the accident scene to Missouri Baptist Hospital in Sullivan, Missouri. Okay, what's that to do with that? Uh-oh, I went too far. Mr. and Mrs. Mathis did not have health insurance and were totally overwhelmed by medical debt resulting from the car accident. There was car insurance. Why didn't you sue? Missouri Baptist Hospital sued Mr. Mathis to collect the medical debt, but the hospital later dismissed the suit. So it was factual. That's not defaming you. That's not slandering you. And she wasn't the one who put it out here. It had already been out here by several people by this time. So, oh, Yono, thank you. Choo choo train rolling through. Oh, thank you, Yono. Oh, I appreciate that. I gotta go. Summer girl, thank you. I got another one. Oh, thank you for the $1.99. Oh, thank you guys. I got 3. Thank you. Hey, Monkey Mara. This is some shit. 25 years later, defendant told the world plaintiffs robbed a church and were sued by a church for a large sum of money. Were you not sued by a church? All information concerning the hospital lawsuit was available to defendant before she told the world the plaintiffs defrauded the church and were sued from stealing from the church. Okay. I guess you can prove this, right? Okay. Okay. On March 27th, 2025, defendant participated in a discussion broadcast on the Nonsense YouTube channel with panelists. A nonsense? Okay, I have no idea. And Chico's Corrupt Chronicles. That video was titled Legal Filings and Optics Discussion involving the plaintiff at official Dog the Bounty Hunter and friends, and contained the hashtags Tony Mathis and Profit for Pain. I don't know. Profit off of pain. Okay. In that video, defendant made the following false and defamatory statements. Here they go. Are you ready? The big false and defamatory statements. Have any of you ever robbed a church? Well, Mr. Tony Mathis has. Tony was sued by a church for a large sum of money. Tony and his wife certainly have been sued by a church. Is that not on public record there, Tony? Because if there's anywhere where a church did file anything against you, then it's not defamation or false. Defendant also made statements during the live broadcast falsely accusing Mr. Mathis of enlisting other social media accounts to dox the defendant. Tony, we know you did that shit with your TikTokers. They came clean. I have the video clips. A lot of people have the videos. You did do that. You did enlist your TikTokers to come after YouTubers, and you did put out shit for Nick the Hat concerning Granny, and you know it, because of the Pennsylvania lawsuit that you got handed your ass in. Just saying. Tuxedo Baby, member for 10 months. In the bushes listening. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. Hey, Zero, good to see you. Darby C. Sugar Plum, welcome in. Mountain Wanderer, good to see you. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Lavender. Hey, TX Tip. If any of you are members and you can go over and give yesterday's live a like, I'd appreciate that, or review. I'd appreciate that. And the day before one, I think I'm just a couple away from getting a 1K on it. In a community post to her YouTube channel on April 23rd of 2025, defendant again published written statements falsely accusing plaintiffs of defrauding a church, as shown in the following image. Okay, but wasn't there some kind of record of you being in some legal situation with the church, Tony? Because if there is, and here's what was posted. If pointing out someone's history of lawsuits is going real life, what would you call throwing someone into a frivolous lawsuit? Your little green team enterprise spent months pushing your behemoth and incoherent filing. Did they all go real life? Question mark. But this is what, okay. So, I dare you, Tony, I dare you to file another frivolous lawsuit against me if you even can. You'd have to be an idiot to believe that that isn't what you said, Tony. Oop. Don't you dare place on me what Julie did. Julie was ready to expose you before she ever talked to me. Yeah, you can't put that on no one else but Julie. And She got all the dirt on you. She found it all. And hey, if there's any kind of a record, hey, damn it, Donna. Hey, Aggie, good to see you. Um, then you can't say it's defamation. Okay, let's go on. Come on, no, go. This is giving. On April 30th of 2025, defendant published a live broadcast entitled "Tony Mathis and his wife commit fraud. They're scrambling as their facade crumbles." The following thumbnail image for that video contains the words "fraudulent conveyance" and "fraud alert" above pictures of Mr. and Mrs. Mathis. It's a thumbnail. Is that's not what was in the court records. So again, not defamation. The title alone constitutes libel. No, it doesn't. Per se, and defendant statements therein constitute slander per se. Not if the stuff is actually listed in the court documents. It is not slander or defamation or libel. The defendant's actionable statements include, without limitation, the following. Here comes the storm. See, it always waits for me to go live. Never freaking fails. Always waits for me to go live. Now I'm going to have to unplug and drag us everything into the house. Ugh. And I don't want to go, even though it's a lot cooler in there. Ugh. Okay, sorry. Thunder, lightning. Yeah, we might have to move into the house. I don't want to blow you guys' eardrums and interfere. So, okay, so the statements include, without limitation, the following. Now it had all day to freaking rain, all freaking day. What Tony is doing is called fraudulent conveyance, right? With a question mark. Yeah, I'm going to have to move us, I think. And that's also known as a fraudulent transfer. So it is a transfer or property or assets by a debtor to a third party to hinder, delay, or defraud creditors. That's the definition. You can't change that. That's not slander. That's not defamation. That's not libel. This is actual fraud, what he's doing. And it can be constituted as fraud, Tony. So that also is not actionable. Okay. Tony just involved your right. He involved his in-laws in fraud. Tony is a fraudster through and through. Tony is a religious in and out of the courtroom frequent flyer. That's true. You have been in many courtrooms many times. She's allowed to have the opinion that you're a fraudster through and through. That's not slander. That's not defamation or libel. Okay, guys, I'm going to move everything into the house, so give me 1 second. Was I muted? Don't tell me I was muted all that time. No, I'm not muted. I think I'm losing. The last 2 days my headset's been going in and out. I think I'm losing my headset. Okay, so this is the picture which you guys I just showed you, and he's saying that this is defamatory. And it accused Mr. Mathis of fraud by publishing the following image. A C&D was served. That's not fraud. And down here it actually even says, and this definitely is not retaliation. That's, yeah, you're not going to prove nothing with that, Tony. Okay. On May 20th of 2025, during a live broadcast on defendant's YouTube channel, defendant stated, F that, cease and desist. Guess what, Tony? You guys always preach about freedom of speech and people's rights. She has a right to her own opinion about a cease and desist that was served on her. She has that right. Plaintiffs have suffered greatly while defendant profits of publishing false and defamatory statements about plaintiffs. What the hell have you suffered greatly? You got in so much shit with so many people, Tony, because of Seth and Nick on Twitter, on all the social media platforms. You can't blame that on her. Blame that on your buddies and you. Your haters are because of you, no one else. Suffered greatly, yeah. The plaintiffs have been doxxed, threatened, and humiliated. Who doxed you? Who threatened you? Humiliation, you did that to yourself. Maybe be careful what you're doing when you're live. And there won't be screen slips. Just saying. And then you try to lie on that and spin that around and blame everybody but yourself. And we all know it was true, and so did the people that were there. You damn sure didn't tell this attorney the truth. You told him one-sided, yours, very, very distorted side. Defendant's false statements have injured the plaintiff, Tony Mathis's occupation, as he has lost important contracts and accounts. That has nothing to do with Granny's YouTube channel. Where did she reach out to any of these contracts and accounts you have and tell them about you? If you can't prove that she did that, which you can't because she didn't, I would bet she didn't. Yeah, that's not going to fly either, Tony. And he fears his job may be in jeopardy as his employer is not pleased with the public attention placed upon one of its top producing employees. Shut up, Tony. Your company doesn't know the shit you've been doing on these YouTube and TikTok and Twitter streets. Has nothing to do with that job unless you make it there. Mr. Mathis, his financial integrity, trustworthiness, and reputation is vital to his ability to maintain trust with current and potential customers and perform his chosen occupation. Well, then maybe you should have thought about that before you did the shenanigans you've partaken in. You have threatened people. You have doxed people. You have had your friends dig up information on people. Stop it, Tony. You're simply going after Granny, in my opinion, over the Pennsylvania stuff. Simple as that. There's people that have said far, far, far worse and put out receipts on you. Notice you didn't try to go after them, huh? Because they have the receipts. You can't say it's defamation, just like you won't be able to prove it here. Okay, I will. I'll drop it now. Oh, I just kicked myself completely out. I do that all the time. I hit the X instead of the dash. Never fails. I'm trying to read this and not be so boring with all the constant reading. So, hey, Kimberly. That's what I thought too, Monkey Mar. So I have questions about that. That's why my neighbor, I'm going to ask them when they get home because that I thought they couldn't file against Granny, none of the defendants in or the plaintiffs in the frivolous injunction / RICO shit. I did drop the link there. I did see you, Monkey Mar. Hey, Jabba Jones. Good to see you. And this is crazy. A lot of this stuff isn't true or highly exaggerated. But you can't sue someone for defamation and libel if it's in court documents. And who filed the lawsuit? The church. Or, I mean, the hospital. Hey, Gummy Bear Goblin. This is nuts. All right, let's go back to reading. I'll go back to, I'll watch for Monkey. No, Bubba, you're not coming in because you're just going to come in here and drive me bonkers. I'm just waiting for the rain to stop and I'm going thunder and I'm going back outside. His fine reputation. Tony. Huh. Okay. Defendants' false and defamatory statements have caused Mr. Mathis to lose valuable contracts and accounts and put him in constant worry of losing his job. Do you have any proof that Granny's Watching was directly responsible for you losing any accounts or contracts? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Yeah, I knew what I say a couple weeks ago. What are they? They're up to something because they're all being too quiet. And when they do come out, they come out with stupid shit to deflect. They're all being too quiet. This has Nick written all over it and Tony. I mean, that's what they do. They sue people frivolously, knowing damn well they're never going to get anything. Mr. Mathis's trustworthiness and reputation are also vital to his voluntary work on behalf of the father of a missing child. That father, along with many other parents of missing children, rely upon Mr. Mathis to be a voice and an advocate to raise awareness and publicity for grieving families. What many other families? What many other parents? There is no many other parents, Tony. And that's not what you've done in Sebastian's case. In my opinion. And these families are grasping at a glimmer of hope of seeing their children again. There isn't no families wanting your ass. Defendants' false and defamatory statements also damaged Mrs. Mathis's reputation in the community. Now, how would your community know about Granny's Watching on YouTube? Yeah, shut up. Prove that one. Good luck. Exposed her to public humiliation and threats of harm and caused her severe physical discomfort and emotional distress. Bullshit, in my opinion. Exposed her to public humiliation. Now, you did that when you had the screen slip when you was live, and then you tried to lie about it, turn it around and blame it on other people. maybe when you got on TikTok with all those young girls in the middle of the night financially helping one or two, maybe that could have attributed to the humiliation. I don't know. But stop. Maybe you doxing and threatening people. Okay. Got it. Hey, CRR. You was just typing that. Wasn't satisfied with TT's performance, were they? I don't think so. Let me make sure Monkey Moore's not in the back. I don't want to keep somebody waiting. Let me put up my screen just to make sure she is who she is. Hey, Monkey Moore. Monkey Moore. You're on mute, Mike.
It's Monkey.
Okay.
I'm
All right,
not
let me take
flashing my double B's.
that. Let me
Hey,
turn this down.
Kathy.
Hey, how are you?
Well, it's nice to meet you. Hey, everyone
You
in
too.
chat.
Yeah, you too. How are you?
I am great. How are you feeling?
Ugh, it's been a rough few weeks, but
Yeah.
it'll look up. It got to.
Well, it's a blessing that you're still here.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, yeah. Hey, Patty
so
Man. Hey.
before you continue reading, because I've been listening,
Uh-huh.
when did, when was she served the papers for this?
Um, just what was it? Yesterday, the day before. It's all new.
Yeah. And he
Well,
was
she thought she
involved.
was going to be served by something, because of what Brittany was running her mouth about. Because I do believe that is what Brittany is trying to do as well. Because she's in bed with them. They're all in the same little. So I do think I still think that's what Brittany's trying to do. Um, but she's just not raising their money. Oh, Shauna, thank you for the $2. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I
the.
just don't believe in
Hey, I got
coincidence.
it. Yeah, I don't either.
And I find it weird that she's talking about it. But how
And
is
then
that
how many times has Brittany said, "Wait till you see what's coming"? How many
exactly?
times in the last 3 weeks have you seen said, "Wait till you see what's coming"?
And she
Oh,
keeps
Shauna, thank
saying,
you.
that soon,
I got
whatever it
5.
is, that she seems to think that everybody is going to back off of her.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Rocky. Yeah.
But
Mm-mm.
one more question, and then I'm going to listen with you for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to stay up long. But
Okay.
with the RICO, I'm confused. I thought after the RICO was served with everyone that was involved, that they could not go after Granny again. So this
That's
is a
what.
civil.
Yeah. And I
You
believe it's in
gotta be.
retaliation to that. I don't see
So
how they can, because that was my understanding as well. But my neighbors are lawyers, or husband and wife, and I always talk to him and her, but he always answers me. And I'm going to go over when they get home, and I'm going to ask them because they already
oh,
know about this because I've had him look at stuff before for me. And he's a civil attorney. He's like, why can't I ever get easy suits like this?
so why Granny? Why not? I mean, I'm not trying to put barbecue involved, but why did he, out of everybody that covers and does this, why
because
Granny?
because Granny is more central to them. Also, more characters involved, like Brittany J, Seth, Tony. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Hello, Lucia.
More YouTubers on their side. Barbecue was TikTok. A little bit harder.
So his little tiny
And they would
Peter,
think that Granny would be the easier mark. Barbecue has her own business. Chance she could. I mean, she's raised is a decent amount of money in the first place. Shauna, thank you so much.
so
Thank you for all the super chats.
he's so little penis hurt that
Hmm.
he's going after Granny in a civil lawsuit.
But I question it. Shauna, you're gonna make my goal. You're so sweet.
But
Thank
they're all
you.
saying that Granny has not been officially served yet.
No.
So these papers are filed into the
Yes, this
discovery.
is this is the court filing right here.
Oh shit, what a
Yeah,
dumbass.
this is the court filing.
Okay. I'm going to mute and listen.
Hey, Grits. Hey, CRR. Shauna M., thank you so much. Oh my God, you did it. Just thank you. I got gold. We got confetti. Thank you, Shauna M. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Wow,
I'm
thank
not
you.
trying to be mean, Kathy, but I'm going to say one more thing. I hope that everything that Granny has been through with Brittany and all of them, I hope that she goes after Brittany J and can do whatever she can do because all of this suing and doxing and CPS and
And I
cotton
believe that's
balls.
how Granny was brought in. Why Granny was brought into it because of Brittany. I
Exactly.
believe what those ex mods said that Brittany reached out to them and said, "Hey, this is knowing what was going on because she was part of the so-called green team." So I think that Brittany is the one that pursued them and said, "Hey, we could. Here's one," and yeah, I do. I just do. I believe the mods about that.
Look at what CJK said that Tony just purchased land in Grove to build an RV and boat storage facility. So I think he's trying to get out of paying anything to
The
DGW.
And that's what I said at the beginning of this live, CJK. We are on the same page. I said this. He is using this to intimidate her, to manipulate her. That's what they're trying to do because let's face it, their asses are cooked in PA. They know it. Their only other option is to and barbecue. They tried. They went about it the wrong way with barbecue, and they blew the shit out of any chance there. So now they're going to try to do it like this to Granny. I and I, the courts have got to stop this. This is ridiculous. He should not even be allowed to file a suit against her right
Exactly.
now.
I think, Kathy, because of the filing with the RICO and everything that went through, with even though it's going to be another, you know, big old freaking mountain for Granny to get over, I do not. I think it's going to be a pain in the ass getting the money, getting the filings, getting the lawyer, and getting there. But I think once they get there, and the judge sees all the other BS that they were trying to put on him, and Tony being butthurt, and whatever Granny gathers together to prove, hopefully, whatever's BS he's writing in this lawsuit, that it gets thrown out. I can't see it going anywhere.
Yeah, I I don't I don't I'll be surprised if it's not thrown out just on jurisdiction alone. But he can't say he's a private citizen when he's got all over every social media platform and announced how he's a national advocate and spokesperson for children of families of missing children, which there's not many, there's two. He
Yeah,
says many.
and a couple of those cases, except for Seth, that he got fired from, especially the Caleb Harris situation. Look at what Grit said, Kathy.
Sorry, it's raining. I had to talk to my little one. This is a direct result of the RICO. It's targeted harassment, in my opinion, and it's wrong. I agree. I totally agree. That's what this is.
Yeah, go
This is
down to where she's talking about BJ. She says, in my opinion, the fund BJ was to give Dick Doc Tony money to help him file his new suit against GW. If he sues her, then she won't have money to file countersuits against him if they lose the appeal, in my opinion, mitigating loss.
oh, okay, shut the door. Shut the door. Oh, no sitter today.
I agree,
They'll
Patty.
they'll be at the door every 2 seconds till I go back outside. No sitter. I love my
I
babies. Hey Heather.
Patty says if he has a legit lawyer, though I doubt the lawyer would file it knowing it's just going to immediately get thrown out. I totally
Mm-hmm.
agree that after all the paperwork and the BS and the process and the stress is
Yeah,
done,
they lawyers will take chances saying thinking it'll there's a chance it could stick. You never know. What I don't understand this at all, only because of everything in Pennsylvania. I didn't think he could file suit against her. Bubblicious.
I agree.
Oh, the dog.
But I don't think any of that's going to be found out until Granny does the lawyer one. Well, she hasn't even been served yet.
Uh-uh.
So after everything's said and done and she talks to the lawyer, puts things together, I do not see this going any further than
Yeah, I know, Candlely. I had to mute because of my littles coming in. I'm trying not to. Oh, now the dog's barking. Oh, do you ever have a day where you need Calgon take me away? Yeah.
every day, hun. I
And I
take
don't
care of
understand how how his wife has been humiliated in public because of Granny's watching video, uh, or
but it doesn't matter.
has been
It's
caused severe physical discomfort. What?
it's social media. He's a public person.
Yeah, he said he claimed to be this big national spokesperson.
Let me tell you a funny story real quick. Do you remember, well, we all remember Nina Glass, right?
Yeah,
The one that was going to come work with Dick
right.
Doc Tony in the car and
The one
getting
that
the money to get her from
didn't
Texas.
she pass away or something?
Yeah. Well, years ago when I was covering the Lena Sardar case, this is not my crime. This is my backup channel. Um, I went after her because her nonprofit is not a legal nonprofit. So I went after her and I went after Pam Allen, who runs the advocacy group. She tried to, she actually sent me a a cease and desist because I went to her husband's TikTok channel and he had a video on there about not being able to get it up and getting a pump or something. So I spoke about that on my live from his public video, and Nina and all of them tried to send me a cease and desist.
They tried to send you one.
Yeah, I wiped my butt with it. I'm like, oh please. I was talking about them the next night.
Yeah,
They
most
can't.
people do.
It's a public platform. You can't stop people
Yeah,
from talking.
I know, but look how long Queen's been involved in a frivolous lawsuit.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, the courts are so slow, and it takes so much time. Hopefully, jurisdiction will just throw this one right out the door.
Patty's asking you if you can explain why people were saying that Granny would need to get a lawyer in Oklahoma.
Because it was filed in Oklahoma, and unless she can find a lawyer in her area that is licensed in Oklahoma or has courtesy with another law firm in Oklahoma, then she has to, because it was filed in Oklahoma. A Pennsylvania lawyer is not licensed in
But
Oklahoma, can't fight
how
it.
how would he file against somebody in Oklahoma that lives in PA? That's not her responsibility to worry about getting a lawyer there. That's
Hmm.
weird.
No, you have to get a lawyer where the case is filed.
Jesus gosh.
Yeah,
I feel bad for her.
yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
The idea is that because the alleged defamation was said on YTube, public platform, then he can file in his own state instead of hers. That makes
Yeah, but
sense.
if that sticks, it may not stick. The court may not buy that. Hey, Jinx. Yeah,
Mm,
and if you don't answer, then TT wins automatically. It's an automatic win. You
mm-hmm.
have to respond. I'm just sick of this bullshit. There's got to be something that can be done to stop this frivolous shit from keeping happening. Okay,
I agree.
count one is libel and libel per se. Plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant published written false and defamatory statements against the plaintiffs. It's not defamatory if there's any truth behind it, like filings, or it's her opinion. She is allowed to have an opinion. These defamatory statements expose plaintiffs to public hatred, contempt, ridicule, and or disgrace. No, your own actions did that, Tony, in my opinion. These statements falsely accuse plaintiffs of crimes and moral failings, thus constituting libel per se. No, sir. No, sir. Moral failings? Are you kidding me? Wow. Defendant communicated these statements to persons other than plaintiffs. It's a public platform. All this information had already been out on multiple public platforms. And she was not the one who put it out in the first place.
Who put it out?
Who hasn't? JLR has. Julie has. Several people have put it out. Those persons reasonably understood the statements and accusations to be about plaintiffs. The statements and accusations were false. The statement of that a hospital filed a lawsuit against you is not false or defamatory because they actually did. It doesn't matter if it got dropped or was dismissed. It was filed. So that's true. The defendant's libelous statements harmed plaintiff's reputation, standing in the community, occupation, and exposed plaintiffs to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule. Granny's watching live had nothing to do with your job. Stop it. And you can't prove that. Or your community. Show how many people in your community watch Granny on YouTube, Tony? Think maybe it was all the articles that were written about you that maybe your community got a hold of and read? Because there's several.
What was the allegation against his wife? I missed that part.
None that I'm aware of.
Well, I'm saying about his wife being embarrassed.
Oh, because Granny said that they sold to her family for $1. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Have different licenses in states. Look at Karen Reed, lawyer. He was from Cali, but had license in different states. Right. You have to be licensed. So it will probably be easier to just find some local attorney that, won't charge an arm and a leg and will just file the necessary or help her file the necessary motion to dismiss due to jurisdiction and just bullshit. Hopefully that'll happen rather quickly for her. And you know what? I hope the judge in Pennsylvania sees all this and sees it for what it really is: retaliation, intimidation, and manipulation, and throws the hammer down at 3 times the amount owed, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, Tony. And guess what? I'm allowed to have it.
You sure are. And then I hope after Granny wins and it gets thrown out, she countersues him for the BS that he put her through and takes his new storage facility.
Yeah. Defendant knew the statements were false. Should have known they were false. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you can't say she knew, and then you can't say she should have known. Anyway, had serious doubt whether the statements were true or false, or should have had serious doubts whether the statements were true or false. Defendant statements do not enjoy constitutional protections as they were made knowingly and or with reckless disregard of the truth. No, good luck with that one, because The truth is, there was things filed in court against you. There was re- reports made about you and the church. Stop, Tony. All this stuff is public information. But okay. Okay, dude, do you. Even after having actual knowledge of the truth, defendant maliciously, recklessly, and or intentionally repeated and republished the libelous statements about the plaintiffs. Not libelous if it's true, and it was true that there was something filed in court by the hospital against you and your wife. That's true. That's not defamation. That's not harassment. Defend.
I'm sorry, Kathy. Look at what Levy said. Uh,
I bet his community has more of a chance of seeing him on TikTok with his bean slip, and his wife could have been embarrassed for that quicker than seeing. Yeah, exactly. I said the same thing, Levy, a little bit ago.
oh, that's great.
I said maybe that's why she's humiliated. Everybody's seen her husband's, you know.
And I truly hope that Granny does put that back into the file to say, this is when he got mad when he decided to pull out his little peener at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll be right back, Kathy. I got to go grab my ferrets.
Okay. Oh, I love ferrets. Okay. Defendants. Okay, wait a minute. Even after having actual knowledge of the truth, defendant maliciously, recklessly, and or intentionally, again, repeated and republished the same statements. Defendant's publication of the false and defamatory accusations directly and proximately caused substantial and permanent damage to the plaintiffs. What substantial and permanent damage? It was reasonably foreseeable defendants' libelous statements would be republished by third parties in social media accounts. Considering she's not the one who put the stuff out there. Third parties in social media accounts did republish defendants' libelous statements, and defendant desired that outcome as it increased her profits. Actually, I didn't get any of my information from Granny. I got it from JLR and Julie. So I don't know what you're talking about with Granny. That's how I found out about it, Tony, was because of JLR. And then I found out a little bit more, not much more, from Julie because JLR had already put everything out. Not from Granny. You barking up the wrong tree, but you can't go after JLR, can you, Tony? We all know why, don't we? We all have opinions. Defendants' false statements are defamatory per se, as they are libelous on their face without resort to additional facts. Plaintiffs suffered permanent harm to their reputations as a proximate result of defendants' false and defamatory statements. I call bullshit. Plaintiffs have suffered and will continue to suffer severe emotional distress as a proximate result of defendants' false and defamatory statements. Yeah. All right. Plaintiff Tony Mathis has suffered damage to his professional reputation and monetary losses as a proximate result of defendants' false and defamatory statements. Plaintiffs live in a constant state of fear for their safety and the safety of their family as a proximate result of defendants' false and defamatory statements. Are you kidding me, Tony? You live in constant state of fear? Shut up. Oh my Lord. That's a crock of shit, in my opinion. Hey, Candy Wrapper. Defendant published false and defamatory statements about plaintiffs with actual malice and common law malice. Defendant's conduct was outrageous, willful, and demonstrated a conscious indifference to its consequences. Okay. It's called Reviewing YouTube. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's libel and libel per se, plaintiffs have suffered actual damages.
I'm back.
Okay. Hey, Lip Lock.
So, so far, how many discrepancies have you found that you think are false?
Oh, a lot. Where do you a lot? I'm calling it out as we go down. It's
Yeah.
not defamation and slander when the hospital actually did file a suit against him and his wife for unpaid bills. They actually did. It doesn't matter if it was settled, dismissed, or whatever. It was filed.
I
That
hear
is
you.
true. That is truth.
I hear you. Oh, look at Lip Locked is making everyone dinner. Yay.
Okay, what time is it going to be ready? I'll be there.
This is insanity.
Mm-hmm. It's good to see you, Candy Wrapper. It's not about who said it. It's about taking Granny's money. He said it himself. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you know that, I don't know if she has 75,000 extra dollars sitting in the bank account, but
Yeah. No,
why
I
do
doubt it.
that to somebody that doesn't even have something like that? Like, why take, like, this guy is a complete effing a-hole.
It's about the case in Pennsylvania. I truly believe that's what this is all behind. And I truly believe that BJ is involved. I just do. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it.
I totally agree with you.
I mean, it's just too many coincidences, too many coinky dinks.
And we all know that BJ is not going to file reports going after everyone in like 5 or 6 or 7 different
No,
states. So are her and Dick Doc talking behind the scenes? I think they are.
they have before, so why wouldn't they now?
I love breakfast for dinner.
Mm, that's not a bad idea. I didn't
Java
even think about
Jones
dinner. That's not
says
a bad idea.
to make GW settle or drop her countersuit.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably going to put some fire under her ass. And once the judge sees how ridiculous this is and she shows how many indiscrepancies and it gets thrown out, I hope she takes Tony for everything that he's got.
Mm-hmm. Secrets. What he's saying though, he's saying that it was never retracted, and I thought I heard Granny months, say that she found out different. Hey, Blondini, good to see you. Okay. Defendant's conduct was intentional, malicious, and or in reckless disregard for the rights of others, especially defendant's libelous statements published after she received the C&D. Plaintiffs are entitled to punitive damages under 23 OS section 9.1 to punish defendant and to deter her and others from repeating what? Unlawful misconduct. There was no unlawful misconduct. Plaintiffs are entitled to judgment against defendant for actual and punitive damages plus costs, fees, and interest. Yeah, you didn't lose anything, Tony. You didn't lose a damn thing.
Blondini said that BJ said a few weeks back that she had been talking to Little Peen. I
Mm-hmm.
remember seeing that on a
And she kept
replay.
saying, just wait, you guys will see what's coming. You'll see. She's been saying that now since she started that GoFundMe or
Yes.
Gives and Goes. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't Lip
BJ knew all
Locked
about this.
live in Arkansas?
I don't know.
I don't know. BJ and Craig remind me of like a Beavis and Butthead, season 2 of the Cousins
Well,
Takeoff.
I can't sue you just because you call me a fraud and you say it's in your opinion. I can't sue you for that. You're allowed to have an opinion. Okay.
How close are you to the Devil's Den where the couple that's crazy. Did you hear about
Mm-mm.
that, Kathy?
What?
The couples in the Devil's Den hiking trail or
No.
campground. They went hiking with their two 7-year-old and 9-year-old daughter, I think day before yesterday. And some guy on the trail, I guess, unalived them,
Mm.
but didn't touch the two younger children.
Wow.
And they have a picture of him from behind. They have a sketch drawn up. He was in a black SUV. And the weirdest thing was they kept talking about
So
he
what do
was
you do?
wearing.
Just leave the kids out there?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if the kids were on the hike with them, if the kids were with them. I have no idea. I haven't watched the latest pressy yet. But the guy was wearing.
No wonder her voice is just covering this.
I think I might have seen something on her when I was working. But the guy was wearing fingerless grip gloves. That is so strange
Mm.
to me.
Mm-mm. This world is crazy. Okay. Now, I
Yeah,
wanted to
lip
get to
lock.
that story though.
The kid Kimberly Ashcroft said the kids ran for help. Could you imagine those poor children?
Wow. Mm-mm.
Wow, lip locked. It looks beautiful. Okay, let me mute and listen to the rest of this. it's like every it's like everything you read, Kathy. I'm thinking to myself, she can totally pull a text message or a video on
Mm-hmm.
almost all of this.
Yep.
This is going to be hard for her to get everything together, but fun when she kicks his ass at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, if there's any way I can help her, I'd be more than happy to. I don't know how I can, but if there's anything I can do, she knows all she got to do is message me. I hope she knows anyway. Hey, Nicole.
I'm going to say one more thing. I'm going to lip lock. Jump to my true crime channel, Monkey Mar, True Crime Junkie, and leave me a message so I can find your channel.
Can one of the mods, I don't even know if I have any mods in here. Can one of the mods drop her link?
I don't know if they
Monkey
can
Mars
find it.
True Crime?
Monkey Mar Crime Junkie.
Monkey Mar Crime Junkie. Let me try to find.
I can probably place it in the back. Okay, I'm going to listen to you.
Okay. All right. The defendant falsely accused plaintiffs of crimes and moral failings, thus constituting slander per se. So you're saying that morally she slandered you. Huh? Okay. Said statements do not enjoy constitutional protection as they were made knowingly and or with reckless disregard of the truth. Said statements harmed the plaintiff's reputation, standing in the community, their occupation, exposed plaintiffs to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule. It couldn't be because Tony was doing middle of the night lives every night of the week with a bunch of young girls and a so-called alleged retired canine cop and a fake wannabe lawyer slash repo man who he had digging up people, and they were doxing everybody and threatening people. Remember that live, Tony? We have it. And guess what? I have the video clips of your people admitting what you asked them to do for you and what you wanted them to do. Maybe that embarrassed your wife, humiliated your wife, that you were financially assisting and catering to the people in the boxes. And maybe your little slip up with the green screen might have humiliated or embarrassed her. You can't put that on nobody but you, in my opinion.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you, Miss Brittany.
I love how
Thank
he
you,
tried to
Sheila.
I love how he tried to hide it too. It was like, dude, that was your peen and you have serious erectile dysfunction.
He sent the C&D and she retracted it before the RICO was ruled on. Once the judge denied them, and they may have to pay GW and barbecue, now TT is trying to go back and sue Granny to mitigate loss, in my opinion. That's a good point. That's a good point, Grits. Sure is. I heard today the mom took the kids to a car, then went back to check on the husband and was stabbed. But I've heard she told the kids to run and don't stop. Oh, man. Wow.
So if he stabbed them, which I haven't heard yet, because like I said, I've only seen the initial, and he was wearing fingerless gloves. That's a big
Oh,
thing about the fingerless gloves.
I
Maybe he
just
cut
can't
himself.
with these freaking people in this world. I
Well,
can't.
maybe there's DNA and they'll do the familiar DNA and maybe it will link back to figuring out who he is.
I hope so. I hope they catch the son of a bitch. Defendant repeated these false statements even after learning the truth via the C&D. Defendant's false statements published after receiving the C&D constitute malicious and or intentional conduct. How about you doing this after you got your ass handed to you in a Pennsylvania court? It's retaliation, in my opinion. Okay. As a proximate result of the defendant's slander and slander per se, plaintiffs incurred general, monetary, and financial damages. Bullshit. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's slander and slander per se, plaintiffs have suffered actual damages. Let me tell you something, Tony. You're a real piece of shit because you and your buddies, and I do believe you were instrumental in some way in it, went after Stephen Crabtree's livelihood. You people had no problem destroying his livelihood, did you? Huh? You people on the green team. Yeah. Okay. As a direct and proximate result, okay, the plaintiffs have suffered actual damages. No, you haven't. Defendant's conduct. If you suffered any actual damages, it's because of what you've done out here on these YouTube streets and on the TikTok and the Twitter and the people you're aligned with that you co-sign the stuff they do, like Bullhorn Betty and Nick and Hong. Again, that's my opinion, and I'm allowed it. Defendant's conduct was intentional, malicious, and or in reckless disregard for the rights of others, especially defendant's slanderous statements published after she received that C&D. Shocker, huh? That's so. Punitive damages should be awarded against defendant to punish her and deter others.
Quick question.
Mhm.
What was the thing a few months back or a month back when all the initial filings were going through, and something about Tony selling land or selling his house or buying
Yeah.
something, or what was that about?
From what I understand, the first thing I heard about was um, transferring a deed or selling something for like $1 or whatever. And he's claiming that that's just how Oklahoma does it. They never put the purchase price on any property deals. I find that hard to believe, but whatever. I don't know. I don't live in Oklahoma. And that was, people had alleged that he was trying to hide assets, move things around because of the case in Pennsylvania. And then supposedly he's bought in property to open up, build a new business on it.
The storage, whatever deal.
Mm,
So, do you think,
yeah,
thinking back, that they're moving that around because of the RICO, or was he getting ready to set up for something like this,
I have no idea.
or
And
both?
yeah, it could be both. Um, because somebody's damages were awarded. Someone's going to be responsible to pay them. It
Hey,
may be
Kathy,
all of
somebody's
them. It could
streaming
be
you.
who?
I didn't mean to be rude and interrupt you, but look in chat at Pink Bow
Who
Birdo.
is who's blamed Katie?
I have no idea.
I
I'm
don't
looking
even
for
know who
her.
she is. Hello,
I'm
blame
looking.
Katie. In chat, I don't know who you are,
I'm
but you
looking
know
for
it's
her,
it's
Kate.
against TOS to stream somebody live. So
I'll drop the link in the back when I find her.
if you don't want your live stream taken down, stop. If you don't believe me, check with YouTube. You putting it in back chat?
Yeah,
Let me check out who she.
putting it in right now. Let me find the back chat. I see Ernie. Is it the one with Ernie Shell up now? That's the only one I could find. But I do see a
Oh,
Blame
no.
Katie live.
I don't even know these people. That's not me.
Maybe she was showing, I don't know, earlier. I'm trying to go back to look.
She's showing Ernie.
I don't see anything.
No, I don't see anything. I don't know who she is, but oh well. I don't see it. What say? I don't.
They're saying she's not streaming you. Maybe that was a troll. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, she's not. I don't know who she is. I don't talk about Ernie, but
All right.
get him, lady. Blame Katie.
Yeah,
Get him.
Lavender
Get him. Get
told
him.
you.
Get him.
Lavender said that Pink is from Ernie Shell's drama.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead and get him because I know what he's done on here. I'll support you, Blame Katie.
I agree, Darby, that Tony's hiding assets.
He could be. People do that all the time. It's not. Count three. False light. Invasion of privacy. But if any of y'all know this, Blame Katie, tell her I give her a thumbs up. Get him. Get Ernie. Put all the truth out there about him. Anyway. Plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendants' false statements, as described above, were made publicly and place plaintiffs in a false light. Hmm. It it was already public information. Okay? Defendants' false statements were highly offensive to reasonable people. Huh? Well, everybody's definition of reasonable people is different. So you can't state that. Because what I may think is reasonable, Monkey Mar may not. What Monkey Mar thinks is reasonable, you may not. So you can't do a blanket statement like that. But anyway, defendant knew or should have known the statements were false and or acted with reckless disregard of the truth. reckless disregard of the truth. Well, in the hospital statement, that wasn't reckless disregard because the truth is they did file. You did go, and whatever happened was after the fact. Doesn't matter. The point is, it was filed by the hospital. So that is not defamation. You were sued by the hospital. That is not slander, defamation, libel, or invasion of privacy. It's public record. And she wasn't the one who put it out here. So, anyway.
See, but that's the problem, Kathy. It's like everything that you've read is absolutely bullshit. Oh, sorry, BS, because there's evidence, if you would say, that contradicts all of it. I mean, it's almost like we could sit here and laugh. I feel bad that she's going to have to
What?
get to the laughing point, but the judge with the RICO and everything is going to be like, how much time do you have on your hands? Because actually, your little peen doesn't fit in your hand.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to go through this now.
Yeah. Thank
What
you,
a
Texas
waste of
Tip and
time.
Lavender, for looking out for me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't do any show. Mm, mm-mm. I got enough rabbit holes. I don't need another one.
Me too, girl. Me too.
Mm-hmm. She acted with reckless disregard of the truth. No, she didn't. Alternatively, defendant should have had serious doubt about the truthfulness of her public statements, placing plaintiffs in a false light. Somebody's opinion, okay. Defendant acted recklessly, maliciously, and or intentionally, especially when she repeated knowingly false statements after she was served with a C&D. So because Tony said it wasn't true, she was supposed to take that. But from what I understand, she did retract. But she also made it clear that she is entitled to her own opinion, and she is, just like he is, and I am, and everybody is.
Exactly. This is why it's so mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
As
if
a
she
reason,
lived in China or, the Czech Republic, it might be one thing, but I mean, could you imagine if what I'm not trying to go off note, but let's say with when the Puff Daddy trial was going on and all of that, could you imagine if he went and sued every single person that said something that was not true about him? I mean,
right?
this is nuts. This
Yeah.
is nuts. Tony, you're an a-hole.
Mm,
And
okay.
I'm sorry you got a Vienna sausage, but that's not Granny's fault. Move on.
Mm,
I mean,
hey, Freddie, Freddie.
it's almost like, does he got the hots for her? Is it like he's just trying to, like, what the hell is wrong with him?
Mm-hmm.
I bet his balls hit the toilet when he sits down.
As a result of defendant placing plaintiffs in a false light, plaintiffs suffered general monetary and financial damages. A lot of this is just repeat statements. Plaintiffs are entitled to an award of all damages defendant caused, including but not limited to financial losses, personal injuries, property injuries, injuries to plaintiff's standing and reputation in the community, plaintiff's personal humiliation, plaintiff's mental anguish and suffering, and punitive damages. That's all a crock of shit. You had no property injuries, no personal injuries, no. Stop it. You didn't have no big injuries over Granny doing a live on you. Stop it. She used information that's already been out here.
And what about the lives that Tony and all
Oh,
those
that's great, Ready Freddy.
nasty remarks that he made on the panel with Seth, on Seth's panel, talking about how horrible and all of that is? Like, this is, I'm sorry, this is gold. The judge is probably going to want to wipe his little tissue with all this crap.
Yep. Eh, Sheila, you couldn't be more spot on. He did say that, didn't he? Directed all to him, and now look, goes to court whining like a little bitch, in my opinion. The punitive damages should be awarded against defendant to punish her and Deed or others. Plaintiffs are entitled to judgment against the defendant for actual and punitive damages, plus costs, fees, and interest. And I think we're right at the end. Okay.
Kath, look what Lip Locked No More said.
I hope he knows it by claiming financial damages that he now opened himself up to forensic accounting of all his funds. Yeah, he sure has.
That's right. And the the property and the assets that he's trying to hide, he'll
Mm-hmm.
find those too.
Yep. Count for malicious wrong. Already, Freddie, kittens' lives matter. They sure do. And I never expected anything but the kitty to make it with you being its foster mama. You've done amazing. Thank you. And thank you for saving the kitty. Hey, are you nuts? Good to see you. I love that name. Pretty, that's great news. You know I love my kitties. I love all animals. Ferrets. I've always wanted to have, my girlfriend had ferrets and I would go over and play with them all the time. When we were traveling on the road, I always wanted to get a pair.
Yeah, I've got two of them. Davy Rocket is my male, who I went and picked up in Cape Cod because they were rehoming him from Maine. And then I have little Fiona Apple. They're both like 3 years old.
Mm-mm-mm.
Freddie is
Adorable.
ready. Sent you a super chat.
I know. I just thanked her
Oh,
for it.
okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Thank you again, Ray. That's what I was talking about. Kittens' lives matter. They sure
Because I
do.
know when Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think we have like a 3 second lag.
We might.
Go ahead.
Okay. Plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant's conduct defendant's conduct conduct as described herein was intentional and calculated in the ordinary course of events to damage plaintiff's property and rights without just cause or excuse, which did in fact occur, thus constituting a malicious wrong under Oklahoma law. How the hell did she damage your properties
Wait, that right there.
and your rights without just cause? What? Hey, be
Does he
more
do
kind.
drugs?
I
Hey, Freddie.
don't know nothing about that one. I'm not touching that.
Be more kind.
Defendants.
Just did a drive by.
Yeah, I love the drive-bys. Thank you. Be more kind. I appreciate it. Defendants' malicious acts injured plaintiffs personally, professionally, and in their trade and occupation. I call bullshit. Prove to me where Granny's watching doing a damn video on you caused you any problems in your little community or at your job. She never contacted your employer. She never contacted your community. Bullshit. Maybe
If
the
this
stuff
were
that
me,
you got involved in, Tony, with your little TikTok crew, is,
if I was Granny, right, and this was me, I would go through this document into a Word doc or Google Doc, whatever, and by every single accusation, I would put a link or attach something that takes you right to the source that shows he is absolutely full of donkey do.
barking at the moon, you're correct. The same thing happened with the injunction slash Rico shit. It was put out before Granny even got served. Exactly. Rinse, repeat. Exactly. Exactly.
How did you get this? Did somebody just find this filed in the court system?
Yeah, right off the court website.
Okay, has I don't go look at people online. I only do background checks and search on the people on the cases I'm covering.
Yeah, I
But
don't
are
even do that.
people
So
are they checking to see if B did they check to see if maybe BJ's is going to happen to pop out any day?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I have no idea.
Thank you, Sheila.
But as a direct wait, and as a direct and proximate result of the aforesaid acts of common law, malicious wrong, the plaintiffs have suffered actual damages. You're going to have a tough time proving that. Defendant's conduct was intentional, malicious, and or in reckless disregard for rights of others. Punitive damages should be awarded against the defendant to punish her and indeed or others. The plaintiffs are entitled to judgment against the defendant for actual and punitive damages, plus costs, fees, and interest. Count 5, intentional infliction of emotional distress. We're almost at the end. Plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendant's conduct was extreme and outrageous, and the conduct caused plaintiffs severe emotional distress. Now, I really, in my opinion, can call 100,000% bull crap. Tony, you were out here dishing it out. You've said all kind of things about Granny, about everybody. Are you kidding me here? Are you really kidding me? You filed frivolous court action against this woman, and she won because it was frivolous. And that's your oh my, yeah. Oh, okay, Tony. Okay, Tony. Mm-mm-mm. As a direct and proximate result of the defendant's intentional infliction of emotional distress, plaintiffs have suffered damage.
I agree, lip locked. That granny
Sorry, it was
should
the kids again. I love my babies. They're only 7 and well, she'll be 10 in a couple days. I can't believe my baby's going to be in the double digits in a couple days.
ooh.
She's going to be a 10-year-old, no more single digits.
Ugh.
And then school starts
What is
like,
that,
oh,
fourth grade?
she's going to 5th.
Oh, nice. So Liplock agrees with Julie Skolnick, who said that Granny's watching should get Tom, who represented the football league against Tony Mathis.
Hmm, interesting. If he's even still around, but yeah. Count 6, punitive damages. After receiving the C&D, defendant had actual knowledge of the truth concerning the hospital lawsuit and the conveyance. Okay, the truth is there was a lawsuit filed against you, so that's a moot point. That's out. That's out the door. That's out the door. And the conveyance, who knows? Yet she doubled down on her prior defamatory statements when she said, I don't give a shit about Oklahoma laws. I don't know what's true and what's not. I go off what other people said. C, I believe what I was saying was true. Yay, happy birthday, baby girl. Oh, thank you, Freddie. I will make sure she gets that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that.
Aw.
That's so sweet of you, Freddie.
So you see what Lulu? Look at what Lulu said, Kathy. That's I have not even thought about that, but that right there actually is a very interesting.
BJ isn't suing anyone. She's working with At Night and a lawyer to bring evidence to YouTube Legal to have channels terminated for bullying and harassment. Who knows if it will work? That I can believe. I can believe she will try something that skeezy. Yes, I
And that
do.
won't, yeah, that won't work as long as it's fair, right?
And they're allowed to defend themselves. So good luck with that, BJ, because they have to be given the right to defend themselves.
One second, Kathy. I never read the YouTube terms of service and stuff like that because I don't see it, use people's footage. I just do everything myself, my own
Hmm.
research. I don't have a crew researching for me. But wasn't there
Thank you,
something at
Brittany.
one time that said you could lose your channel if you make somebody your contact over and over and over again? Like, was it so many days in a row that you couldn't use the same person as
There's something to that effect, but they haven't, hey, Denise, sir. They haven't done, anything
but
about it.
there was something like that, right? Like you couldn't
Yeah,
overuse somebody constantly as your content.
right. Unless you change it up, in which that has been done. So,
Yeah.
and she says, I'm not changing my statement. But Granny did um, retract what was stated. She doesn't have to about the hospital lawsuit because that's fact. It was actually filed by the hospital. That's not slander or libel or defamation. Um, After receiving the C&D, defendant also published an insulting picture of Mr. Mathis, again accusing Mr. Mathis of criminal fraud, thus demonstrating defendant's intentional and malicious disregard of the truth, accusing Mr. Mathis of fraudulent conduct. No, there's all kinds of proof, Tony.
Wait,
There,
what picture, Kathy?
a thumbnail that actually said cease and desist, which is true. Cease and desist was served. And then on the bottom, she even said, this is not in retaliation. So, how's
Jesus.
that defaming if she said this is not?
It's not even a real photo. Let me
It,
mic down before I bite my tongue off. This guy is off of
yeah,
his teeny weeny rocker.
yeah. Several days later, during a live broadcast on her YouTube channel, defendant stated, F that cease and desist. And she's allowed to, Tony. That's not against the law. You can't sue her for that. The foregoing post C&D statements and conduct demonstrate malice, intent, and reckless disregard for the truth and serve as defendant's admission her prior defamatory statements were made in malicious and or reckless disregard of the truth. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Beautiful disaster is letting you know that she's here, but she's driving and working.
Okay, thank you, beautiful disaster. Be careful, please. Thank you for coming in. In stating, I need that ad revenue, babies. Oh boy. Tony, you're an idiot because, yeah, Granny has a lot more subs than me, but our ad revenue, hers is better than mine, but believe me, it's not all that. It's a joke. It was meant as a joke, you fucking idiot.
You can't make this up. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wait till they see what the ad revenue is. I think this month I made $146 for the whole month on ad revenue.
Are you kidding me? I never make a YouTube check. I make videos almost every day, put them out because I love doing it and love researching and I love true crime. But I haven't made a YouTube paycheck in years. I don't care though. I just love doing it.
I use it for my littles to help pay for like extras like dance class and her costumes, and well, I pay for my StreamYard and my YouTube Premium, and if there's anything left, they get it.
I'm cheap, babe. I work for free.
A lot of times I do too. I'm thankful for the support I do have. Very thankful.
Well,
Okay.
we used to go live every night, but it's been like 2 years since we went live because unfortunately my best co-host friend passed away.
Oh, sorry
So,
to hear that.
yeah. So,
Yeah, sometimes I don't go live for a couple days. It depends. It's I got little, so they come first. My family comes first, so I go live whenever I can. A lot of times I don't give but a 15 to 30-minute notice, but I go live when
exactly.
I can.
But we're
Uh,
getting ready to come back, and I think I'm going to take BJ's spot just to, see who
oh,
wants to
cool.
come
Give me
to a real
somebody to
true
watch at
crime
night.
nightly channel.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. Yeah, we need a good true crime channel because that's not one. Disregard for the truth, defamatory. Okay. In stating, okay, all of the defendant's actions were performed intentionally, maliciously, and or in reckless disregard of the rights of plaintiffs. Thus, plaintiffs are entitled to an award of punitive damages as set forth in 23 Oklahoma Statute 9.1. Okay. And that's it. The judgment be entered against. They're asking to demand a jury trial.
Oh my
They want
gosh.
a jury trial and pray for relief as follows: that judgment be entered against the defendant for actual damages. What? 75,000? Compensatory damages, punitive damages, and fees not to exceed 75,000 plus interest and cost. Are you freaking kidding? How are you going to prove that you lost any money because of Granny's watching? Good luck with that, because you can't. Are you freaking kidding me? Hey, Coca-Cola. Get the... This is ridiculous. That judgment in equity be entered against defendant in the form of a permanent injunction enjoining defendant from making or publishing defamatory statements about plaintiffs and for any such further relief as deemed by this court. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, this is a shit show. This is definitely going to. I don't think it's going to go further than after the judge and all the BS is over. But poor Granny to even have to go through that again.
To even have a lawyer that would even file this makes you think, you know, dude, do you
But
really think this is all one-sided? Come on. You
no,
clearly don't. This lawyer does not know the history, and Tony's been very selective on what he tells him.
I'm starting to think that we're going to see another filing dropped soon from Miss BJ. This is not a coincidence.
Yeah. Or either, and she could be trying to go to YouTube. But what they don't understand is people have a right to defend themselves
Yep,
against accusations that they're going to go to YouTube and make.
yep.
And they have a right to have an attorney defend them. And BJ, I don't know. I tell you what, girl, you better, whatever you're doing, you better make it good and make it stick. Because I have a funny feeling that you might be surprised whose channel goes down. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Check back chat. I dropped you a link to that Devil's Den situation if you want to check it out. Cole Cola, comment under one of my videos. I'll come over and see you.
Hey, Ms. H. Nope. But he says that they live in fear.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, even Granny has all of that information and documents of when. I mean, didn't somebody go by her house and was following her, and she has like pictures or something of it?
Yeah, I'll show you that real quick. Yeah.
Texas Tiffany just said that BJ slipped and said she isn't filing a lawsuit. She's just grifting for money, in my opinion, to save their ass from being homeless.
Oh, I think that there's something they were going to attempt, but I just don't think they're going to be successful. And then Brittany also thought she was going to get more support than she's gotten. That's for sure.
I think Lavender, if Tony loses, I hope that GW goes after him and takes
Hey,
everything,
LFT.
including his house and his new storage business.
Yeah. This is crazy. All right, I'll play this real quick here.
5 News at Noon starts now.
The manhunt for the suspect in the double homicide at Devil's Den enters its 5th day. What police have released so far about a person of interest. And people in the West Coast are facing tsunami evacuations from the fallout of an earthquake in Russia, one of the largest earthquakes on record. Well, thank you for joining us for your 5 News at Noon. I'm Morgan Wrigley here with Danny Cassidy. Here at home, we probably have, I know we have a very hot day today, but the good news is relief is in sight.
Yes, less than 48 hours from now on Friday, we'll be talking about how it feels so much nicer out there, but we got to get there first, Morgan. But when we do get there, it is going to be a wonderful start to August. Right now, though, a little bit of a different story. 97 degrees currently in Fort Smith, but the feels close to 110.
And they've also released this. The manhunt to find the person responsible for killing a couple at Devil's Den State Park enters day 5. Now take a look at this photo of the man that police say they want to question in connection with this investigation. That one's on the right side of your screen. And they've also released this composite sketch. They put out both of these photos hoping that someone may have information that would help with this case. Investigators say the suspect was driving a black 4-door sedan. State police also say it's likely that
You're right,
he was
Alexi, and I wouldn't be surprised if they, hey, Beach Life, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try that.
Look at Summer Girl just said real quick, why was Tony in Alaska this month, was investing or hiding money? And then we know that whole entire thing about the Proudfoot's parents going to Alaska. Oh, gosh.
And they tried to do a fundraiser on Twitter to get money to send these guys to Tony and then to Alaska to find Sebastian at one of the reservations they claimed he was being kept on. Yeah. I have it.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. They sure did. Ready, Freddie. This is for the party for the baby girl. My husband said so. He also said kids come first. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to use that towards her ticket for the water park. Thank you.
Aw.
That's what she wants. She came to me on our way home from the beach over the weekend. We were in the car talking, and she says, instead of me getting all my birthday presents, can I get presents for everybody? And I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that. I said, what do you want to do? She said, well, I want us all to have boogie boards. And I'm like, well, how about you and your brother? Because, I'm old, all right, I'd use one though with them, of course. And I know my husband would, and you could get them. They're, like $10-15 a piece. They're just styrofoam boards. And we had them, but they get old and you have to throw them away, Yep. But I just thought that was the sweetest thing, that she's willing to forego getting her birthday presents so she can get, I just thought that was sweet. Thank you.
I live in Maine now, but I grew up, like I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm close to a half a century. But I grew up in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
My whole life, I grew up Fort Lauderdale. Then I moved to and worked in a salon in Boca Raton at Look Great European Day Spa for 17 years. And then I was living in Palm Beach, Delray Beach.
No, it wasn't the kids, Cole. It was the parents, I believe, is who he did. He let the kids got away safe, thank God, but the parents didn't.
And now I'm freezing
I
my
like
balls
Fort
off in
Lauderdale.
Maine.
That's where I wanted to move. When we moved here, I wanted to move to Fort Lauderdale. I didn't want to move to this side of Florida, but I ended up here.
My best friend,
I've been here since 2003.
My best friend lives in Tampa. My best friend since 6th grade. Yeah, so the details with the kids being there and the kids running to the car, and I have no idea about those details. But then the guy pulls up, like,
you're right, Jabba Jones. You're right.
The guy pulls up with his license tag, Kathy, and he's got like duct tape over the numbers on his license plate.
Yeah, okay. You don't have nothing to hide.
So how is it random? I mean, to me, it kind of feels like
he was looking for someone, looking for a victim.
Either he knew, maybe he did know who they were, or he was just going to go out that day like the bridge guy on Delphi and just decided he wanted to kill somebody. But then to have the 2 kids get away, something so bizarre about this to me.
Yeah, totally. It's almost like he was looking for someone, Well, let's listen to it.
injured while attacking the couple. Now, one local police chief is speaking out, sharing his perspective as the killings happened near the community he serves. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi explains how the West Fork Police Department is staying involved and their message to residents.
West Fork Police Chief Justin Goggins says that while his office is not directly involved in the investigation looking into the deaths of Clinton and Kristen Brink at Devil's Den State Park over the weekend, he says that they are doing what they can control, and that is patrolling the area and looking for anything that may be out of place. Chief Goggins says he can't recall an attack like this ever happening near West Fork. He's hiked the trails at Devil's Den with his own family and says this incident hits close to home. He says his department is receiving tips from park goers and neighbors, but reminds everyone to report those directly to the Arkansas State Police. He's asking the public to stay alert, saying if you see something, say something. Even the smallest details, he says, could help move this case forward. Goggins also urges patience as investigators continue to sort through evidence and follow up on leads.
I can't imagine the amount of information they're having to go through and sort through. Especially early on in an investigation when it's very, very general information that's casting a really broad net. So you have to check it all, and that can really grind investigators down and really tie up resources and slow things down. So I'm just trying to be patient with investigators. They're going as quick as they can, I'm sure.
The Arkansas State Police continues to ask for the public's help in trying to find this person of interest. They are asking those who visited the park on July 26th to share any camera footage they may have from their cell phones. They're also asking area residents to share any security footage or game footage that they may have. And they're also urging people not to post that online, but instead share it directly with police. In Lowell, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
Well,
Thank you, Jacob. Clinton and Kristen Brink, new residents of Prairie Grove, are the couple who was killed in this attack. A GoFundMe made in honor of the Brinks has raised tens of thousands of dollars for funeral expenses. Made by a family member of Clinton Brink, the GoFundMe was made to also support the victims' 2 daughters who were hiking with them at the time of their deaths. According to police, their 2 children are unharmed or uninjured. They're now with family. We'll continue following updates from state police and the latest developments as they come into our newsroom on 5 News Plus. To learn how to download it to your smart TV, just text the word plus to the number right there at the bottom of your screen.
I have questions.
Well, a jury found a Fayetteville man guilty.
Wow. I want to dig around, see if I can find any updates on that.
There was a press conference, Kathy. I'm not sure where it was, but there was a press conference earlier. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to drop you a way to get a hold of me off of here, Kathy, back behind.
Okay.
But here's my question, guys, and then I gotta go. But okay, if it was random, I mean, did the guy think that the couple, like maybe the kids were in front of the, you know how when you go out with the kids, they're either running in front of you, you know, on the trail 20, 30 feet, 40 feet. Did he not know that they had children, and then he just begins this frenzy attack? Or did he know they had children and then the children took off? But that's a lot, letting 2 children take off while you're doing a killing in the middle of a hiking trail in the summer. Like, what are your thoughts about, like, random?
I want to dig into more of it. I want to see what else I can find about it.
Off your meds?
It just seems like he was just waiting for for someone to come along, maybe. And wow,
Summer girl,
them poor kids.
Yeah, right. My youngest lives in Naples, and then my oldest lives in Miami, and my middle boy lives in Pompano Beach.
Oh.
And here I am living in Maine. I love Coca-Cola. Yeah, I've been here for many years now. But yeah, Florida is definitely
the 26th was the anniversary of my mom's passing, and the 28th was my son's heavenly birthday. So it's been a rough week. And then I turn around and have to do school and birthday, so it's like on top of each other.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I lost my sister to it, and I'm not looking for. Don't start the praise in the chat. And I'm sorry, it's because I'm not. But when I lost my sister to an accidental fentanyl overdose, right around the time of another very important birthday, I can relate. And I just lost her 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, life can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah, life is a lot. Unfortunately, the only guarantee is dying.
Mm,
Taylor is saying, what
that's
did
for
his
sure.
tag look like? They said that his tag. Now that's a good point because I don't know if Arkansas has. You have to have a tag. Oh, Lock No More would know if she's still here. If you have to have a
Tomorrow's
tag
your daughter's
on the front.
birthday. It's my goddaughter's birthday. She turns 18. The one that was staying here, I'm going to have her baby again tomorrow or Friday.
Oh.
But happy birthday, Buddy Pretty, to your baby.
Yeah, I don't know if Arkansas you have to have a front and a back plate, but what
Yeah,
I
I
do
don't.
know is that he had electrical tape or something over his license plate to cover. Like, why go through all that work? Why not just take it off?
Yeah. Because it not being there would get you pulled over a lot quicker.
Let me see something. Does Arkansas?
Will get you noticed a lot quicker. A lot of people won't pay attention to the tape because they're not paying attention. There's a plate there. That's all they see. They know there's a plate there. So I don't know.
No.
Who knows what his thinking is? I do
So it
want to
says,
find out more about it, though.
yeah, it says no. Arkansas does not require a front plate. So he
Okay.
just had. So I wonder if he did have two sets of plates because if he did, then he wasn't from Arkansas. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it too.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll be able to find out who he is and get that man. And
Yeah, I hope it doesn't go on like the Delphi.
yeah, I agree with that.
All right, Kathy. I'm putting a number in the back. It's my like a text now number type deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, send me a message.
Okay.
Maybe we can
I'll
look
wait
into
for you to put it in
cases.
chat.
I'm gonna put it in private chat right
It was an
now.
Oklahoma tag. Oh.
Really? Does Oklahoma require a front and a back? I'm looking right now.
Yeah, right, Freddie. Like mine's only around the corner.
Nope.
Number
Only
first.
a rear. Yeah, Oklahoma too only requires a rear tag.
Mm,
So what did he do? Just like leave the Oklahoma tag part showing and just take off the numbers with the tape? Oh, I can't wait to do a research on this.
yeah.
All right, there it is. Well, thank you for having me up, hun.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate that.
I enjoy chatting with you and chatting with chat. Everyone have a great rest of your is it a hump day today? Yeah, hump
Yes,
day.
it is. It's hump day.
Ugh. All right,
It's a
guys.
hump.
I'm
That's
gonna
why I
hump.
said, yeah, it's hump day.
All right. Everyone have a good rest of your day,
Thank you
and
for
I'm
coming up.
sure I'll see you guys around in other chats later.
You sure will.
Thanks for having me up, girl.
Thank you for coming up.
All right, bye.
Bye. That was cool. I enjoyed Monkey More coming up. That was cool. Yeah. I got one little quick thing I was gonna show you. Let me see if it's because I don't want it. I wanted to get into the cult leader and we ended up spending on this. So I'll play. Okay, if anybody's not familiar with Robert Shin, Robert Shin has been without a crystal ball. Katie Joy has been involved in a civil lawsuit with him that he filed against her for what 3 years, maybe longer. But all the information that she has said about him has been out in the interwebs for years and years and years. This man has lost numerous civil suits against him. He's been accused of being an alleged cult leader, running cults. And now he may face more charges. Search warrant served at his property tied to the church. It's the 7M dancers. A lot of them have come forward and talked about the cult issues. Trying to see which one I want to place first. Okay, we'll do the search warrants. But I'm sure this Katie, and I've seen Katie try to, I'm not going to have time. I don't think I'll be able to come back tonight. But tomorrow I'll go over in depth this without a crystal ball's responses. And I'm sure this is, every time he loses another civil suit or something, you'd think it would help, with the crap he's done to her, but hopefully.
Last week, FBI agents raided the Los Angeles County home of an accused cult leader featured in a recent Netflix docuseries.
Now, he runs a talent agency where he used all these dancers, but these dancers never actually got the kind of money and stuff. There's so much. And a lot of them have sued him. And won.
It happened early Friday morning at the home of Pastor Robin Shin in a gated community 15 miles north of downtown LA. Federal authorities say the raid was tied to a criminal investigation involving sex trafficking, money laundering, and tax evasion. Some former members of the pastor's church say this raid is long overdue.
We feel liberated. We feel that finally maybe there's a chance for justice to be served.
Video from the raid shows at least 5 people in handcuffs outside the home, but there is no official word on any possible arrests.
There was a Netflix documentary about 7Ms or Robert Shin. This stuff is bad. I mean, this dude is bad.
The pastor in church were the subject of a Netflix docuseries called Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult. The 3-episode series aired last year.
Let's bring in legal analyst Mary David to talk more about this case that's got a lot of attention. My goodness. Let's start with just what charges is Shin currently facing? What kind of prison time could he be looking at if he's convicted?
He is looking at a lot of charges on the table. There is sex trafficking, tax evasion, money laundering, and mail fraud. The highest penalty would go to the sex trafficking charge. He's looking at 15 years to life on that.
How does the church play?
That's one of the ones I have on board to talk about.
Into all of this, and what are some of the accusations from the former members?
Well, coercion is especially sinister when it involves a religious leader, which is an element to prove in a trafficking case if you're talking about adults. And here, where you have a religious leader who is almost seen as a connection and gateway to God for victims, that presents an incredibly powerful and persuasive figure for them to then feel like they are potentially risking their salvation or the salvation of others if they don't do what they say. And here with the Netflix documentary, there were accusations that millions of souls would be lost if a certain amount of wages were not given back to the church. So it can really strengthen that link. Again, if we're talking about minors, we don't even need to show coercion, but we do often see in trafficking cases a link between religion being used as a way to perpetuate harm.
What kind of evidence are investigators looking at this point in the case?
Well, they are going to be looking for any evidence that can speak to the sex trafficking charges and the mail fraud, the tax evasion. So that would be surveillance footage, text messages, the laptops that these communications could be on, in any emails or exchanges that show that the leader was, in fact, trying to recruit these people and bring them in to perform against their will.
So I did not watch the docuseries, so I'm really not that aware of some of the accusations. But in terms of sex trafficking, what kind of charges or what kind of accusations have come out of from the members?
Well, in the documentary, there was at least one victim who was 15 years old who alleged that she was forced to engage in a lot of performances that were, where she was cut off from her family. They weren't allowed to speak with her. There have been a number of accusations that were raised about that, this almost cult-like mentality where victims are separated from those that they love and forced to overturn.
I remember this. A lot of them did give testimony saying that, they were kept from people. They were kept from
part of the wages that they gained.
Friends. He had total control over everything in their lives, money, everything.
To the leader. There were also allegations that some of the victims were forced to perform for very low wages. We're talking $15, $30 for many hours of work.
Yep. And then how does this case compare to the allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs?
This is different from that if what is alleged coincides with what we've seen in the documentary. For example, these involve potentially child victims, and so you don't have to prove the force, fraud, or coercion. If there is any sort of sex act being exchanged for money, that automatically would constitute trafficking. It's important to note, too, that some of the other elements, this is a shorter time frame that we're looking at, and so there would be less holes for any jurors to poke through with the case. So that strengthens it. And there's also the fact that here you have a leader who is tied to a religious entity, as opposed to a lot of people had a hard time making a distinction with the Diddy case that Sean Combs was separate from Combs Enterprises. So I think it would be a tighter case if RICO is alleged. And we know that with search warrants, often there are certain crimes that are brought forward there, but then what's actually charged could be more or less depending on what they find.
The TikTok dance connection here, were they actually getting enough clicks or what have you to get money to give to the church? Is that how it worked?
Well, it doesn't really matter how many views there are for this to be labor or sex trafficking, but if they were being used in such a way that a certain number of views led to monetization that was then going back to the leader, or parts of their wages were being withheld or forced to be turned over, then all of those things could be elements of trafficking.
All right, Mary David, legal analyst, thanks so much for being here. You can follow her on Instagram at Miss Mary.
Okay, there's one more, but I'm gonna do some digging tonight. Watch Katie's videos, because Katie's put out a couple about this crap with this dude. There's just a lot with this guy. I mean, a whole lot. So let me go to my list here. I mean, it's all about the search warrants and stuff. The home is tied to him. Yeah, there's all kind of stuff. And those kids still are on TikTok. Yeah. So I'm going to do a little bit and put together a couple videos to show you guys. Without a crystal ball, Katie has been put through the ringer with this man for years in this civil suit that he filed against her. She's been fighting. And every time you think, he loses another lawsuit, you think it would, the courts would wisen up to what this man's doing to her. But so hopefully this will put the final nail in the coffin for her case, and it's, dismissed with prejudice. She was on Banfield last night. Without a crystal ball was? Yeah, when Miranda's parents asked her to help save their daughter. Yes, Sheila. That's how long it's been. Without a crystal ball was? Yeah, I am. I'm going to put together Katie's videos. Yes, I'll have to go watch Banfield. Yeah. Katie still needs to be careful, though, because she's still in the civil litigation, so she still needs to be careful. But what happened with Betty and Queen? Nothing. Betty did her deposition, was unprepared, cried her eyes out, tried to play the woe is me victim card, and same old Betty, same old bullshit, denies everything, same old bullshit. Oh gosh, I gotta plug my computer in. Let's go back outside. It's gonna shut off. I stayed in here because of the rain, because the thunder and the rain was so loud. But yeah, So what I'm going to do is I'll get everything together about Shin and what's going on, and we'll talk about it some more tomorrow. Yeah. There were some other videos, but I can show you them tomorrow. We've been on here a long time. Ended up going over a little bit more of the, excuse me, the paperwork than I really thought I would. So, yeah. But thank you all for hanging with me so long today. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for me making my goal. Thank you for all the super chats. And for the member, there was a couple member milestones. So she gave a deposition, but he supplied no discovery at all. They already gave Betty the discovery. She wants that lawyer to do her job for her, and that's not how it works. Betty hasn't given no discovery. My husband is napping. Oh. But yeah, I got to go on Amazon and, well, she doesn't want to have a party till school starts a couple days after her birthday. And she wants to wait and have the party the next weekend so she can invite some of her friends from school. Because, we don't see them much during the summer. So, and she's been in school with the same kids since kindergarten, and she's going to 5th grade. But yeah, her last year at elementary school, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that she's 10 or about to be 10. Oh, yeah, she is smart. She's my baby. She's my little princess, my diva. She's a good kid. I'm very blessed. But yeah, I'm going to get off here and make them their snack because they're wanting their snack. And I'll be seeing you misfits. Y'all be the best misfit you can be. Be proud to be that misfit. Go on out here and do misfit things, whatever that may entail. As long as you're having fun. Hey, Weeping Waters. Breaking news in my email. Okay, I will check it. Yeah, I'm going to get off here and take care of the littles. Get them their snack and their showers and get ready to watch a movie. I'm doing okay, Freddie. It is what it is. It's just been a stressful week. A very stressful couple weeks. But yeah, hopefully that's gonna ease up. But yeah, so misfits, go out in these YouTube streets, have some fun. And I'll be seeing you on these streets, but you'll be seeing me probably sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure when. It depends, but who knows? I may pop up and do a late night stream. You never know. Anyway, you just never know with me. That's why it's cool to be a misfit. All right, misfits. Do all that YouTube stuff. The thumbs up, the sub up, the share, the comments. Need comments. Willow's True Crime. I have a new respect for YouTube creators. Trying to get my channel going and have run into tons of problems. Yeah, it can be a real freaking headache. It can be a real headache. What kind of problems you having? Hey, Cybersaurus Rex. That's okay. Thank you for being here. And Carter. And someday we're going to hang out because you just would be fun to hang out with. I just know we'd have a blast. You can reach out to me, email. If there's anything I can do to help you, Willows, I'll try. I now hate using YouTube for streaming. Just tried out StreamYard and it's so much better. Ooh. You mean vertical streaming straight through StreamYard? Yeah, that could be rough, but you can grow real fast that way. You really can, because it's a whole different algorithm. It's a whole different, but StreamYards is like anything else. It has its ups and its downs, its pluses and its negatives. It can be a real pain in the ass too. But Restream still has a free package. I don't know StreamYards does. Hey, Marcia. I honestly don't think that StreamYards is worth what we pay a month for it. I really don't. It's really went downhill, and they've done nothing to rectify it. So, what choice do we have? They know we don't have a choice. It's, I don't have time right now to learn a new program like Streamlabs. Maybe once the kids go back to school. I hear you. I went through it. I went through it. Your name is Willow's True Crime. Let me see if I can find it. It'll all work out, though. Believe it or not, it will. Okay. Oh, thank you for the $5 PayPal. I will make sure she gets it. I sure will. Thank you. That was very sweet of you for her birthday. Yeah, email me. And if there's something I can help you with, I'll sure as heck try. My email's in my about section. I think it's kpan91@protonmail.com. Or kpan91@protonmail.com. YouTube only downloaded 2 minutes of each. What? That's weird. Try re-downloading them. You put out I seen them, Cole. You're doing just fine. Just keep doing you. Just relax and just do you. Just be true to yourself. Just be authentic. Your little itty bitty. Let's see if we can find your link. You and Cole. I think Cole's was dropped. But let's see if we can find you. Let me see if I can find you. There ain't many left in chat now. I wish I would have known earlier, but I found you. Oh, nope, don't want to click it. Okay. Nope, don't want to do that either. Nope. Oh, no, I don't want to clip it. I want to share. I want the link. Give me a hard time. Okay. Let me drop her link in the chat. And some of y'all can go check her out. Sub up if you want. If I would have known when there was more in the chat, I would have dropped it. Okay. There you go. There's a new true crime channel for you to check out. Yeah, you're doing fine, Cole. You're doing fine. I forgot. I don't have to go through all that. All I got to do is go to channel. Jeez. I never do that, so. Burger Sleuth. And here's Cole's link too, guys. He's a misfit. All right, guys. I'm going to call this a day. Hey, Jill. I just dropped the link in chat. Not the link, the one above the one I just posted. I dropped two, one for Willow's and one for Cole's. All right. Thank you, Cole. Thank you guys for subbing up to them. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll be seeing you on these YouTube streets. Be good, misfits. Good night, Misfits.